My name is Ricky Alphonse. I'm the founder and CEO of Events and Technologies, and we're building a wearable, new type of wearable for sports, primarily starting with combat sports, your boxing, martial arts, mixed martial arts sports. So focusing on the form factor is the main distinguisher between other companies, but building a wearables to keep the athletes safe, healthy, and help them visualize their performance. For me, it was the connections, like the network and being around individuals that have done it, been there, done that. Just sitting at home and trying to figure it out on your own, like you don't have that inspiration like you do coming even to Canvas every day, meeting people, and everybody's interested in what you're doing, and I meet like you, and there's people that are very inspiring, and so for me that was a big thing. And then the class, started studio, getting to know other people that were kind of in the same boat you were, but then learning all of the lean principles, and because I think I would have wasted a ton of money had I not come here, and I would have done it on my own. So thank God I called Melissa that day, and I got her feedback, and I was able to get the blueprint, the right way to do it, instead of just going out and spending money and wasting money. And it's more concise and easier to do it this way. I think it turned from a tool for everybody into a tool for one specific segment, which is my passion, the combat athlete. But also I realized you can't do everything in one go. You have to have versions, you have to have iterations of it. So you start small for your MVP and then let it gradually take off. And it'll eventually, if you put the time and the work in, it will become that big vision that you have. You just can't jump right to that big vision. It's like step-by-step process. So the main factor that I'm looking at, the big overarching goal is concussion awareness. So a new type in an adhesive form factor, allowing the athlete to visualize, and trainers and physicians to record data in real time. So being that tool that they can place on their head and get the real-time data as to concussive forces on their head. Yeah, I think it was my first introduction to the world, like my idea, my product, and the first time like outside of this environment, getting feedback, and it was positive. You know, it felt good, and that's kind of where I was at. Just that was the main thing for me, is introducing the product to the world and telling people this features and what I was trying to do. So that was the main thing, and you know, I think I accomplished that. I mean, everybody understood what I was coming across and what the product is. So definitely building a prototype, having that device built. And my target is by the end of this year. So by the end of the fourth quarter of this year, have it built and have it as a tool that I can take out and show to people and get their feedback on it. Yeah, definitely in gyms. That's the great thing about being here. I've made a lot of contacts, a lot of people in the industry. I had some before coming in here, but it's just like so much more expensive now. So going and taking it to the gyms and to like some of the people that I met, that I did interviews with, to have them test it and see what they like, what they don't like, if they can use it, how they'd like it to be visualized via app and so forth. I think the biggest lesson I learned is like not something I can actually pinpoint. It was just like I learned more about myself, actually, to be honest. So like there's a lot of little things that I didn't know about myself coming into this. Like a lot of I don't even know how to say it, my personality that I didn't know about. But coming into this program, like it kind of revealed itself. Like demo day, like all the different steps I've taken, it's kind of a lot of things were revealed to me about myself that I didn't previously know. I didn't know I was so big of an introvert, for one. Like getting to know people, I'm like very I like to kind of you know, feel people out and feel things out. I'm more observant, and I don't just jump into things. That's I think the big thing I kind of learned. I think the one thing that kind of, I haven't made like really rash decisions. It takes me a while to kind of look at things and figure things out before I just jump into them. And it was the same way with everybody in class. Like everybody will tell you, like the first couple of days I was a little quiet, but once I get to know everybody, I kind of figured everybody out. I'm like they became like best friends with me, like everybody, like family pretty much. I just think it was important because, like, for instance, before I got here, it was like me by myself at home doing this, and just being around people, like everybody was struggling the same way you are and having experiencing the highs and lows. Like, that was important. And I mean, just knowing them and keeping contact with them and seeing where they go and where I go and keeping tabs on them, I think that's kind of important, because those are the, you know, people that you know that are going through it. Like, everything you do, you read about somebody that's made it. There's not a lot of people that you can read about or talk to that are currently going through it. I mean, you can go online, but it's not to the personal level that you have with everybody here. I think more emphasis on because what I struggled with through the program was, I think, the business model canvas, like kind of like hammering that out more, and making sure we had like a firm grasp on it before we continue on, because that's something, like, it was like a dark cloud that hung over me for a while, and it took me a while to kind of figure out exactly who I wanted this device to be for. And I think if I would have hammered that out, the canvas, I think it would have been a much more smooth next couple of weeks for me. But yeah, other than that, I mean, everything else is great. The mentorship was awesome, and that's the thing. I think the thing I take the most away from that is the mentorship and just the people I met and the network I built.